YouTube/Reddit. This is my 13-inch MacBook Air for sale. That's my username. And here it is. Just off the bat, I will say that this came with it, or this comes with it. It didn't come with the computer, but I bought it separately. It's just kind of annoying to use, and the computer had some scratches when I first got it anyways, so I just kind of didn't bother with it and just decided to try to be extra careful with it. And I actually didn't really put too many more marks on the computer than it had when it actually came to me from my own family member. So here is the top of the computer. No scratches or dents or anything like that except for this area. I'm not sure. You can probably, I think you can see that. So that's there. Yep. This still has AppleCare until October 30th of 2016. And it looks like it's not closing properly, but that is actually because I have this like thing here to keep dust or anything from getting into the keys. I'll show you all that stuff in a second. So yeah, let me just spin around the edges real quick. And just pause the video if there's anything you want to see. So that's a little imperfection there. Then going on this side. It honestly works perfectly. It's just bigger than I want it to be. Since I have a better computer to do stuff, this is kind of just like a computer I'd like to easily transport from place to place and just kind of have as a convenience by the bedside for quick reference or something like that. Here's this side. Just a couple of scratches right here. It's the SD card slot. It works still perfectly. Thunderbolt thing still works. USB ports work. Little imperfection here. I don't know. I call it little. I don't know what other people would say. But this was the first computer I really used that had like scratches and stuff on it. And one thing when I was buying used Macs is that I would always try to get like ones that looked perfect and stuff like that. But after owning this computer, I honestly wouldn't rule out a computer that had dings and scratches on it anymore. Like, now I trust them because of this computer. This computer was so good, is so good, that it kind of changed my whole perspective on scratched up computers. And this is like the first thing that we really noticed when we got it, is that these are scratches here. I was just honestly kind of wondering and freaked out like how scratches like this happened. But you know, I used the computer and I was trying to find reasons to blame stuff on these little marks, but honestly these marks don't affect the computer at all. And like I said, it's still under AppleCare. So I did the top side, the bottom side, the edges, and I'll show you. Yeah, my desktop is really cluttered and stuff like that. But that's just because it's like a 128 gig thing, so I don't really like organize stuff. I just kind of throw stuff on the desktop, throw stuff on my thumb drive, throw it, you know, delete it, and then just everything's just in constant motion because this hard drive is so small. This I kept here because, you know, Obama's always watching, but that works perfectly. No problems. I was just kidding about that Obama thing. The battery holds a really good long charge. That's the date today. And when this thing is totally what do you call, totally full, it lasts like for sure, I don't know, a lot of hours. I can't even tell. See, it's got 14% and it's still got basically an hour worth of time on here, so if you kind of just extrapolate that, that's going to be like 7 to 8 hours easily, depending on what all you do. But yeah, I don't really know what to show you on the screen. The screen has no flaws, no white spots. There's a couple of these things, but that's because of this rubber silicone guard. And yeah, you can kind of see that same ding a little bit. That's where you can just, when you open this up, you don't really know it's damaged until you look at this thing right here. That's the only thing that really tells you, okay, this is not like a flawless computer. But I've always kept this thing like covered. No real like imperfections or anything. I guess that's one right there. I don't know, I'm just trying to be as picky as possible, just to, so no one is misinformed. No scratches on this side. The inside of this thing is perfect. I've taken it to Apple. They've replaced a lot of stuff on here. Some things I don't even know why they did, but they did. Basically the reason I took it in the first place is because it had a white spot on the screen, and the AppleCare was running out like within a month, so I was like, okay, I might as well go get that fixed since it's covered. The 1 year AppleCare that they give you. And then when I got there, they just like fixed everything. They did like, I have the paperwork. I think I have the paperwork in the box that it got shipped back to my house in. It's not like an Apple box, but a really nice protected box. And it ended up being like they redid the RAM, they redid the hard drive, they replaced the screen. I want to say the logic board and the trackpad too. And I was kind of wondering why they did all this stuff, but I don't know, they just did. So when I told them about the screen, they're like, okay, we'll go have our techs look at it and stuff like that. Don't worry, you're covered, you don't have to pay anything. I was like, cool. And then they're like, yeah, we can take care of that screen for you. We're also going to do this. I was like, what? They're like, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. And then because of that, I spent the $300 and I rebought AppleCare, which lasted, I think, another 2 years. And it's going to be expiring on October 31st of 2016. So this thing still has, like, they'll do that again if you need it to. And that's the reason I bought it. I was like, wow, that's really, really good service. So I got their AppleCare. And yeah, like I said, that's my username. And if you, I mean, I'll throw this in there. You probably won't like to use this because the whole point of getting a computer that's like this sleek is to not have these kind of like bulky, like janky things on it. It's kind of gimmicky. So my best suggestion is just to try to be careful with this. And it's really light, so you shouldn't really drop it or anything. But yeah, that's it. And I hope you like it. Take care. Thank you.